Okay. So moving forward, as I said, Rahul, we're going to give that. I'm going to give the dashboard PDF, yesterday's dashboard PDF to you guys. Okay. Let me share my screen. Let me know if my screen is visible, please. Then I'll go forward with it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So moving forward here that let me open the compiler directly. So yesterday we have, three labs we had, right? Three labs we started that I gave the homework to you guys. Okay, I'll give homework this to you today, and we'll try to see the implementation of operators, how it's done. Okay, if else conditions, how it's the code is written. We'll do this three directly right now. Display student grade based upon marks. Check if a char is vowel or consonant, and there's three questions we'll do. Then after that also we will do lots other question, and I'm going to give you questions today to solve even. Okay, I'll give you the questions to solve also. Okay, now first question is displaying, and I'll explain also. Okay, I'll explain writing the code, so you might have tried in your home. If you have tried, please see. If you like didn't able to do it, also see the logic of how I'm going forward and how I'm writing. Okay, so displaying student grades based upon marks. Okay, if you know in your school days, you used to get marks. Let's say if you're getting above 90 marks, then you're getting maybe A. If you're getting, let's say, marks above than 80 and less than 90, so you're getting grade maybe B, right? Similarly, you used to get grades, isn't it, in your school? So that is what we're going to write. Okay. Now, if we see marks are of integer, if we see that marks that we get, that is of integer, but the grades that we get, that is of character. Now character is defined like whenever we declare a character, initialize a character, it's shows in different way. So we're going to see that how it is written, and integer also. Okay, now thing is, we will take input from the user, that whatever the marks you got, that user will give the value. Okay, and we will get to see, like, after giving input from the user, what is the grade we are getting. So for that input from the user, we have to import a class that is called a scanner class. So how it is written? So we write the import. Okay, java.util is the package where that class is there, and class name is scanner. So this is the scanner class we are importing. If we don't import, I'll show you also. If you don't import, what will happen? If you don't import, the compiler won't understand when I directly create object of scanner. Okay, or when we directly try to use this pre-compiled classes, whatever the functions these classes have, I cannot directly use that. By writing this, I don't have to write the implementation, whatever this class, like we have class writer as main, right? Similarly, a scanner class is there that is already predefined. We are directly taking that, and whatever the functions inside that, we can directly use that by writing those function names. Similarly, you can see main class is there. We have function was main. Another function also we can create. So we can create that way the class also, so that anyone can use. All right. Right now, scanner class is there that's been created. So we're going to use that scanner class. Okay, great. Okay, so we have what? So it's going to be great. I'm going to write a good class name. so that everyone can understood whoever see my code. So get grade calculator, calculator. The class name is grade calculator. I'll remove this line. This is the basic boilerplate of the Java program. Like this is definitely going to be there. Okay. Now moving next, I want to use this class. If you remember, yesterday I said that you cannot use a class until unless object is created. You remember I took the example of BMW car. What I said that you created a design, but if you do not create any real world, from that design, real world some entity, you do not create it, what will happen? That is of no use. That's why this class has no use until unless I create object for that class, right? Real world entity. How object is created? We write the scanner class. Okay, then we create the object. So object name can be anything. This can be anything. I can write my name also. I can write your name also. I can write any other thing also. But this scanner is the class name. So this is the syntax, that scanner object name. This small scanner is the object name, equals to new. Again, we write scanner, and in bracket, we write system.in. Okay. Now let me explain this. This is the class name. This is the class name. Now, new operator is used. If you remember, if you know, in C++ or in C language, if you learned, there you might have learned about calloc, malloc, reloc, okay, pre keyword, this keywords, right? So that is used for dynamic memory allocation, right? Similarly, in Java, we use new keyword. Okay, new keyword is used in C++ also. Okay, in C++, calloc, malloc, reloc is also used, and new keyword is also used. So new keyword is similar to that, calloc, malloc in C language. Okay, now this is used for dynamic memory allocation. It means the object that we have created, that is going to be allocated in the heap memory. When we say dynamic memory allocation, so okay, if you know the RAM structure, I cannot go everything in like detail, so we can't do the this problem only. So what is going to be there actually in memory level? There are three parts, right? So what one is, first is the stack memory, where variables and normal variables will be stored there. Now heap memory, where runtime, whatever the dynamically we allocate, that is stored in the heap, and global variables and other spaces are also there. Okay, this is done in the object is created in the heap. It means we can change in the runtime. And system in, you remember, in C++, if you learned that C out, C in, printf, scanf. So this is similar to scanf. It's going to take input from the user. That's why I have written the system in. Now I want to write a printing statement to tell the user, please give the input from your side. So what I'm going to write, system dot out dot println, and here I'm going to say enter. Okay, here in double quotes I have to write, because we are writing a string, so we have to write in double quote. So that's the way it's represent that it's a string. Okay, so if I don't write double quotes, that's going to be it's acting as, it's going to act as a variable, and that is going to give error because we don't return that big variable. So what I have to write, enter students marks. We are saying the user, please give the marks that got, right? We can directly write it also by taking the variable, but we are saying, okay, you give it, we will store it in variable, and we're going to give to the whatever the logic will write. Okay, so I'll create one variable, let's say marks. There we're going to store the value. Okay, now we will access, every time it is accessed by the object. Everything is done by object. Okay, so object is there, that is the scanner. So I'll write scanner object, and one function that is used, method that is used, that is called as next int. Okay. For taking input from the user as integer, we write next end. Okay. Similarly, when we going to take input from the user as a string, we're going to write next line or next. When you're going to take input from the user double value, that is, point values, decimal values, that's going to write next double. When you're going to take character, we don't write next char. We write next function dot char at. That is how it is defined. Okay. So we will see that also, because next problem we have that is char is a vowel or consonant. That time we will implement that, like that time we're going to take input, that time we will write that way. Okay, this is the, what is the actual use of this is, this line scanner dot next line is going to take input from the console. It's going to take the whatever the value you have entered, it will take and put it into the marks variable. Okay, now we will start with our what are the whole logic. Okay, that's great. So what I said, that grades is going to be character, right? So for grades to be character, I have to give the type to be char. Char means character, and I'm going to create a variable name that is grade. I'm just going to write this way. Okay, now I'll be writing if else, right? So if marks is greater than equals to 90, then what are you going to say? If marks is greater than 90, then I'll update the grade with capital A. So when we write character, it's going to be written in single quote. Single quote means it's a character. Double quote means it's a string. Okay. So whenever we write in single quote, that's a character. Okay. Now we may have multiple conditions, right? So we'll not end by writing if else. So multiple conditions, when it's there, we use else if ladder. It means when you used to have lots of conditions, that time we will have else if ladder. So else if, here another condition, this is the syntax. Okay, this is the grammar of this. Okay, you might know from your whatever the programming language you know, right? So here again I'm going to write marks that we have taken. If that marks is greater than or equals to 80, we are just comparing right now. If it is, then print what? Print grade. Again, it's single quote we would write B. Let's say give the B. Okay. Again, I'm going to write else if. Lots of other conditions are there. If someone getting marks greater than what? 70, let's say greater than equals to 70. This is 80 or equals to, 80 or greater than 80. This is 70 or greater than 70. If this is true, go to this code, go to this part and write update the grade to be what? Let's say C, that you will grade C. Okay. Okay, we'll give one more grade. Let's say else if marks is greater than equals to 60. Here we'll say grade, we're going to update the grade to be capital D. Okay. And at the last, that is the else part. Okay, if else work, whenever the statement is true, that time if is going to work. If or else if is going to work. Whenever the statement, whatever the things we are writing that is false, that time else is going to work. In the else, I'm going to give the grade to be what? Fail. That is F I'm going to give. So this means now he getting less marks than 60. It means he is fail. Now this is the whole logic we have written. Now at last, what I have to do is I'll write a printing statement, because I have to print those grades also, right? So what I have to do is, for that, I'll write a printing statement. So I'll take the snippet from here. I'll hit enter. Okay, system.out.println for giving the output. All right. Here, what I want to write is students grade. I have to say students grade. And when what variable we have stored? We have stored in grade variable. You can check right? So I'll do what? I'll write plus here. This means plus means concatenation. Concatenation means adding maybe string with string, string with numbers. That is what it means. Okay. So here I want to write grade variable. If I write grade variable, you're going to see our output. Okay. Now what I said, if you remember, if I don't use this scanner, I said I comment this line. Let's say, so let's suppose I forgot this line to write. What does that mean? Because I cannot create object like this. Because compiler will say, what is the scanner? We do not find this symbol, right? So when I didn't write this syntax, that is import java.util scanner. Okay, let's run this code. Okay, one thing we need to change, that is grade class. We have to change the class name first of all. Okay, you remember class name and the program name has to be same. So that's why you can see it's given in the first line. Okay, and in the second line, see one more error that is given is that cannot find the symbol, the scanner symbol. Why cannot find the symbol? Okay, let's learn it again. And it will say this, that cannot find the symbol. Why? Because the compiler is not understanding what is the scanner. So that's why we have to use this import Java util scanner. So import is the keyword that is letting whatever the class, this scanner class, like grade calculator, it's already been, there in the JDK. Yesterday, you remember we talked about JDK, right? There, these classes are there. Okay, it has some functions. What are those functions? Let's say, this next int and all this, we can create object by that. That all things are there in that class, right? By writing this, the compiler understands, okay, all those are loaded. We are not going to give error, right? Now let's run this code. Now you're going to see it is asking me for the marks. Let's suppose I give 89 marks. If I give 89 marks, mark greater than, so 89 when I write, will it go to this block? No. Marks greater than 90 will go to this block. Marks greater than 80 and obviously less than 90 is going to come this block. It means grade B. Now, when I write 89, this code, this part is going to be executed. Okay. This part is going to be executed and grade is going to be converted to B. Okay. Grade variable will get the B. Will this run? That 89 is greater than 70. Yes, but actually it's going to, at the last, it's going to run at the last to be this one. So it's going to be updated to B at the last, right? But this will not be executed at all. Okay. Neither else statement is going to be executed. Now, grade has the variable what? Like grade has the value what? Grade variable has the value B. Now, this grade, we are printing it out also. So student's grade for 89 is going to be printed as B, if you can, judge. Now, if I hit enter here, I didn't like entered something. So if I hit click on enter, then you see student grade is B. Similarly, if I write this code again, if I run this code again, now if I say someone got 40 marks, then 40 marks, is 40 marks greater than 90? No. If 40 marks greater than 80, no, it will not run. If 40 marks greater than 70, no. 60 greater than, no. If none of them work, then else will work. So it has to print what? It has to print F. So if I write 49, I hit enter, it has to print F. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll store the code in a notepad, and at the last you'll get it in your chat, wherever chat is there you're going to get it. Okay, let me remove all this notepad. Okay, Control AC and paste it over. Hope you have understood. So we'll do tons of problem today. You like lots of doubts is going to be cleared, lots of good questions we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to give you the problem statement for the calculator also, and that will be given that will be given to you in the group, that problem statement. Okay, the actual problem statement of the calculator project that you have to do, I'll give few questions to you guys. I'll give you to solve it, and we're going to go forward because we're going to implement lots of questions today. So good questions, if else questions, for loop questions, while loop question, pre-increment, like lots of people have lots of doubt in pre-increment, pre-decrement, how does that work, when it happens, lots of people have doubt in that. So we're going to cover that part also. So yesterday, Ambuj, I talked about that, class name and file name should be same because it is going to create a byte code. So by class name dot class, the byte code is going to be created. For mapping, it's going to be like yesterday I already told about that. The dot class name is file created. So grade calculator dot class name is going to be calculated. That time that class name has to match with that, otherwise it will not work. So that we talked yesterday. Okay, now let's go forward. Let's go forward with the another program. What was the another program? Another program we had was the check if the character is vowel or consonant. So we know that we have 26 letters in our alphabet, right? To A to Z, there are 26 letters, isn't it? Now, among those 26 letters, we know that A, E, I, O, U are what? The vowels we say, and rest are consonant, isn't it? Now, if someone is giving, like, is that so? Is it over? No, because someone can give small a also, and someone can give capital A also. Now, small a and capital A are different. That I'm going to show you. So, because it's a case sensitive, like Java is a case sensitive, okay? It means small a and capital A matters. Both are different. And we're going to see by, proving, by writing the program, how it is different. By writing the program, we're going to see how it is different. Now we're going to solve this, if you can also directly solve with me, like alongside, okay, so that you will get the understanding. Now again, what you're going to do is I'm going to import. You remember, we're going to use the scanner class because we're going to take input from the user. So again, what I have to do, I have to write import. This is the syntax, how it's done. Java.util is the package name, okay, where the scanner class is there. So scanner class is there. Okay, now I imported. Now if I create object for that, it will not give error. Let us write the class name to be good class name. Let's say vowel, okay, consonant checker maybe. Okay, now you might have saw that some programs are written or some website are there. There you're going to say how many vowels are there among the document and all. So that this code is actually, it's in the base is written, this code is, this logic is written actually if that kind of, any functionality is there, right? So for that, what I have to do is, first of all, I need to create the object again. So scanner is the class name. This is the class name. I'm going to create the object. Without our object, class is nothing. So we created the object. This small scanner is the object we created. Now we're going to use that object. So new is the keyword. This is how we give and we write it. So you can remember that, okay, this is how it is. This is how object is created. And system in, we write to take input that is going to be given by the user. Okay. Now next what? We're going to say what character you want to check for. Here you remember what we ask the user to enter the marks. Here we would ask the user to enter the character because we want to check the character this time, right? If you remember here what I said, here to take input as integer, we write next int. To take input as, let's say, string, we write next line. So take input as a double value, that is decimal values, that is we write next double. But to take input as a character, we don't write next char, we write next function char at 0th index. That's the syntax, okay? And you can just fit in your mind, just remember that statement, okay? So what I want to write is but you don't need to remember. That's going to be automatically fitted in your mind when you want to practice more, right? So I'm going to write this, I'm going to take the snippet, I'm going to take it here, and I'm going to say, instead of enter the number, enter the marks, this time I'm going to say enter the character, character, enter the character. Okay, we said that enter the character, I'll come out of it and I'll take input. Like we want to now here, if you remember, we have taken integer marks because marks was of integer type, right? Now we are taking character, so character is going to be of char. We write char is the data type for that. And let's take variable ch. I can take anything as a variable name. Okay, and we know we can access by object. So scanner dot next function dot char at. This is the function we use at 0. So at 0th index, okay, it's going to take, it means the first value that's going to get, that is going to take this. Just remember, this is the function is take input from the user. Okay, like this is actually system.in allows us to give the input in the console, and this will take the value from the console and put it in the ch variable, that and it's going to mark it as char, right? Now again, this is the if else question. If it's a small e, a e I o u, if all the smalls are capital letters, then it's going to be vowel. Otherwise it's going to be a consonant. Again, it's a if else question, you can understand, right? Either vowel or consonant, isn't it? So for that, again, I'm going to write if. Okay, now condition here is going to be a bit big. So we're going to write and we're going to understand. Okay, what is the variable we have? Ch. Okay, one thing I need to tell you guys, that is in programming, double equals to means equal to, and single equal means that is an assignment operator. Double equals to means equals to, okay, and single equal means that's an assignment operator. This is not called as equals to, this is assignment operator. It means you are giving the value from the right to left. We're going to see that again, like whenever we're going to encounter this. So if character is a, we write or, not and. If you remember, you did gate questions, right? So in 12th class, maybe some or in engineering college, maybe you did XOR gate, NOR gate, and all those things, right? So similarly, this is or operator. Or means either this or a, e, or e, or I, or o, or u. Okay, these values are there, that time print what, that the variable is what, like whatever the input you have taken, that is vowel or consonant accordingly. Okay, so that is there. So public static void, I yesterday already, is it your first class, Pranit? I hope this is not your first class, because I already talked about, yesterday, that public is the access modifier. Static we write, that's a keyword we write for, we do not want to create object within that class. That's why we write that. And void is the return type of the function. Yesterday we already talked about that. Okay, please go through that. Okay, I guess you will understand all. Okay. Yes, it's given by, okay, he helped him. So thanks. Okay, Ambuj helped him. Thanks, Ambuj. We want to do that. Okay. Again, please don't ask, I mean, equals or double equals are same or not. They are different. Okay. Now, again, I don't want to, yes, they are different. Equals is a method and double equals is done by reference. I don't ask discrete question, please. Okay, Nuria. Obviously, both are different. Equals to, this equals function and double equals are both are different. We see this, like if we encounter that kind of problem, we're going to see that also. Okay, how they are different. Okay, I'm going to show you guys, because when I'm going to take strings, that time I generally take this, because this is double equals to done by reference. Okay, and equals to equals is the method we directly use to check the equality. Okay, so if I encounter, obviously I'll talk in this 5 days. Okay, no issues. All right. Please don't ask discrete questions. So everyone is going to get out of the, whatever we are doing. Okay. Obviously, you have doubt. That's great. Okay. We're going to solve that. All right. Now, what is there is CH is equal, let's say not A, then E. Okay. Similarly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and paste it. And I'll change the value. Paste it. Paste it. But I have to write the or also, otherwise it will give error, right? This is or. A, E, I, O, one more. Control C, paste it. So A, E, I'm going to change it to I, I'm going to change it to O, and I'm going to change it to U. Okay, now it is going to be same for what? It's going to be capital A also. That's also a vowel, isn't it? So I'm going to consider that case also. So I'll write 4, 5. I'm going to give again here to be capital A, capital E. And we're going to see how capital A and small a are different. We're going to write a code and we're going to see the difference. Okay, don't worry about that. A, E, I, O, U. Okay, this is the whole statement we have written, but we have to end our, here we have to take what? We have to take parenthesis bracket. Okay, now it's a bit big, condition. Here, if we encounter this, what are you going to write? Here we going to write what? I'm going to write the system.out println, right? So println, and I'll take the snippet. And here I'm going to say what is the variable we are storing? CH. And I'm going to say is a vowel, right? If this is encountering within this parenthesis, then it's a vowel. Is a vowel, right? Okay. Else it's going to be a consonant. Else it's going to be a consonant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and paste it here. So CH is a vowel. Instead of this, it's going to be consonant. Okay, great, great. This is done. Now, one thing I have to change, if you remember, class name and the program name has to be same because we know it's going to convert it to bytecode. So it needs the same name, right? So bytecode verifier there, if you remember, it's going to check that if everything is written same or not. Let's run this code and see it is running. See, now it's saying enter the character. This is being done by system.in. Now I enter a character, let's say T. Now this T is going to be taken, copied by this function, next caret, and is going to be stored in the ch variable. Now ch has what? Ch has T. Now it's going to check if ch is T is equals to A. No. T is equals to E. No, 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 no. It means this if is not working, then else is going to work. Means T is a consonant. If I hit enter, so T is a consonant. If I run this code again, and if I write, let's say capital A. Okay, again, CH, capital A is stored in CH because this is what? Copying this A and storing it in CH variable. And CH, A is checked with capital A with small a. No. With small e, is it equal? No, 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 yes. It is. Okay, I have to run this. So it automatically came out of that. So capital A. Now here we can say, yes, it is. Now if I hit enter, it is giving A is a vowel, right? Instead of this or, if I would have written and operator and, that time this wouldn't have worked because and operator means what? Everything has to be true, then it's going to be true. Otherwise, it's going to be false if you know, right? So this is the program for the checking whether it's vowel or consonant. This is a very, very easy label problem we're going to give. So I'm going to give the huge, I already created a big problem statement, guys, for you. okay, the calculator, that the project that I'm going to give today. So you're going to use, because I'm going to use talk about bit operators. Okay, I'm going to show you, and you have to create a console based application. That kind of problem statement I have created. Okay, that will be given to your, WhatsApp group. Okay. Okay. Now, next interesting problem is, that is, check whether a year is leap year or not. Whether the year is leap year or not. Let me open one more file and change it to Java. Remove these lines. Take as a comment. Check whether the year is leap year or not. Let me know in the chat if you are understanding or not, please. Please let me know in the chat if you are understanding the topics, whatever we going on or not. Please go ahead. See, right now, obviously, we can use built-in method and all. Right now, we are not doing by that. We are trying to create the logic. We don't want to take any built-in function, right? We want to take everything to be logically we have to write. So we will avoid as much as built-in functions as possible, because lots of people are new. So they're not going to understand. They're going to say, how I am going to remember this function? Those are going to come as easily. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let me go ahead with this topic. Now again, I said, because we're going to understand, we're going to do questions on for loop, while loop. Okay. Then, this calculator, very versatile calculator, as I showed you guys yesterday, that problem statement I've created, how you have to implement that problem statement I'm going to give you. So you're going to come tomorrow and do that and come. Okay. And we're going to see how you did that. Okay, then we're going to implement also in that class directly that project. Okay, after you do it. Okay, now here I'm also going to show the, lots of people have lots of doubt in increment, decrement, and all those things. Okay, so okay, great. So lots of people have a doubt in pre-increment, post-increment, pre-decrement. That doubt also going to clear in very easy language. So we'll understand that very properly in the, whiteboard. Then we're going to go forward. Okay. Now this is the question: leap year or not. So leap year is a year, like how you're going to build the logic, whether, a year is a leap year. So there is a, definition of a leap year. Okay. So if a year is evenly divisible by 4, then it is a potential leap year. However, if that year is also divisible by 100, it is not a leap year unless it is divisible by 400. So if a year is divisible by 400, then it is a leap year. What I said, let us go ahead again. I said what? That a leap year, I'll not write a leap year. I'll say if a year is evenly divisible by 4. So it is a potential, P-O-T-N-T-I, potential leap year. Okay. It means it is not a leap year. It can be a leap year. However, if that year is also divisible by 100, it is not a leap year. Unless it is divisible by 400. If a year is divisible by 400, then it is a leap year. Then it is a leap year. This is the complete definition of a leap year. So year is divisible by 4 is potential leap year, and year divisible by 100 are not leap years unless they are divisible by 400. Okay. If it is divisible by 400, it's going to be divisible by 100, right? obviously, right? So, but it has to be divisible by 400 also, right? Now, one thing is there, what is going to be a leap year and what is not going to be leap year. Let's say, let's take an example. Okay, what do you think is whatever the definition I said, is 2000 a leap year? Please write in the chat. If 2000 is a leap year, please write it. By seeing the definition, please write it in the chat. If 2000 is a leap year. Why it is a leap year? Because it is divisible by 4. It is divisible by 100, but it is divisible by 400 also. Yes, it's a leap year. Okay, let's say if I say another example, if I take 2100, is this a leap year? This is not a leap year. People have understood it means I am successfully able to make you understand, because you can divide by, like, it's going to be divided by 100, but it's not going to be divided by 400, right? Evenly, it's not going to be divisible, right? This is not a leap year. This is whatever we said, we're going to write exactly same thing in the code. Exactly same thing. And you see how I am converting my thoughts into code. How I am converting my thoughts into code. Okay. Again, same way we're going to go forward. That is what we're going to take. See, you remember, we're going to take this. So I'm going to copy this from here and I'm going to paste it. That is needed. Otherwise, I cannot use this classes to take input, isn't it? Again, here is going to be what? It's going to be integer, isn't it? So I have to take this scanner class also, right? So I'll copy it. Okay. I'll paste it here. Okay, that's great. I'm just copying and pasting. Okay, I can take this also, system.out, copy it here and paste it here. And instead of enter student marks, I'll be writing what? Enter a year. Enter a year. That is what I'm going to say. And we're going to take input from the user. That is going to be integer, right? So let's take variable a year. Okay, we're going to create a variable here. And what is the object name? Scanner is the object name. We know that anything we want to access, we can do by object. Anything written in a class, we can do by object, because class has no value until unless we create the real world project. You remember the BMW example. We create the design, but it is of no use until you directly create in the workshop, right? So scanner dot next int, you're going to write. This is going to take the next int for is the function for taking integer from the console and copy it in the year variable, right? This is done. Now, one good way, the code I'm going to write in very good way. How? I'm going to do another data type is there. Okay, do you guys know? Let me know in the chat first. Do you guys know about in your school days, you used to do by proving, like you used to in the mathematics, you used to take what? I am assuming assumption method. Do you guys know that assumption method? I am assuming that this is, false. Then after proving, we're going to say this is true. Do you guys remember this in your school days? If you did, okay, assumption method in mathematics. I guess in 7th, 8th grade, you used to do this way. 7th, 8th, or 9th grade, that you used to assume that this is wrong, okay, and you used to prove that what? Okay, no, now we proved it. It is not wrong. This is true. If it is wrong, it's going to be wrong, right? Yes, we're going to do this way, but before that, I'm saying the assumption method, right? What is going to assume? We're going to assume that whatever the year we're going to take, that is going to be not going to be a leap year. After that, we're going to prove it that it is a leap year. Then we're going to say it is a leap year. Okay, that is what we're going to do. So for that, we're going to take a data type that's very useful. And whatever the lead code problems we do that way. Whatever the lead code. So what I do is I never, change my pattern of coding. If I change the pattern of coding, you will not resonate with me. Okay, so I have to go very strategically that I do not change my writing style of the code and my thinking, whatever the logic I'm writing, I should go uniformly. Otherwise, I can obviously explain all the doubts to you, but yes, correct. This is the, prove root 3 is irrational number. Exactly, Suraj. Thank you, Suraj. I'll give love react to this. Okay, this is the, I also remember we did in, our school days. Okay, now what I do is every time I take what? Everything uniformly so that you understand it resonates with your, mind, right? Whatever code I write. That's why right now, whatever I'm writing, you will see in future when we do lead code problems, that time also I'm going to follow the same method and questions are getting solved easily by that method also only and with optimized solution. Okay, so that is there. So every small things I taking in the small programs, everything is going to be done in the lead code and interview as well. Everything is as taken in interview perspective. Okay, here I'm going to take what? I'm going to take a boolean data type and I want to take a variable is leap year. And initially I'm going to say that is not a leap year. Whatever the year you have taken, I'm saying in front of your face that that is not a leap year. But we're going to prove it whether it's a leap year or not. If it is not a leap year, it's not going to be leap year. If it is a leap year, it's going to be a leap year and it's going to change the value. We're going to change the value, which is, we're going to consider that's irrational and all, right? Because why aren't we taking leap year as every year divisible by 4? That is not the definition. Pranit, please check over the internet what is the definition of a leap year. Okay, then you'll understand. Okay, now what I said, you remember in whiteboard, if it's divisible by 4, it's a potential leap year. If it is divisible by 100, so it's going to be not going to be a leap year, right? Unless it's divisible by 400. So what I want to say is, see the condition. If year is divisible, okay, now for divisible we use modulus operator. I'll talk about this. Okay, modulus, this is called as the modulus operator. Okay, modulus means what? Finding the remainder. When we divide, when it's completely divided by something, what is the value we get, guys? When something is divided completely, what is the value we get? Can you write in the chat, please? What is, when something is completely divisible, what is the remainder? 0. Correct, Chavi. That is going to be 0. That's why if year is divided by 4, that's going to be 0. It means now it is a potential. It's a potential what? It's a potential leap year. It can be a leap year, right? Now, that's why we're going to filter it out. If it is not divisible by 4, that is definitely not a leap year. Right now, inside this, another if, this is called as the nested if. Nested if means inside if, when we write another if, that time we say nested if. Inside for loop, another for loop we write, that is called nested for loop. Inside while loop we write another while loop, that is called nested. Inside something we write it again, we want to say what? Nested if, nested switch, nested for, nested while. Okay, inside function, another function we write, that is called nested function. Is it so? Anyone know? Inside a function, another same function name we write. Is it, we call, what we call? Anyone know? Anyone, please? Inside a function, when we write another function of the same, that is called as recursion. That's great. That's great. I'll give love react to that. Okay, I will give Raghav also. Okay, that is called as recursion. That is not we are learning right now. We are learning the what? We are learning the nested if. Inside if, another if is there. Okay, what we said in the condition, that it has, if it is divisible by 100. If I say if it is not divisible by 100 and divisible by 400, that is also true, isn't it? So what I'm going to give is, if year is not completely divisible by 100, it means, not means what? This is the not equals to 0. it means that year is not divisible by 100, or it is divisible by 400, then that's a what, leap year. This is the whole condition of that. If it is, 400 is there and equals to 0, any one work after 4, after divisible by 4, any one work, either this or this, that's going to be a leap year. So initially we assumed that to be not leap year, but here we proved it, because this is past, this is past. Now inside that definition it came. So what is the variable name is leap year, we going to mark it as true. You remember we proved it, हमने पहले माना तो था it's false. Now after we proved it, see, this is the proof, this is the proof, and we proved it and we marked it as a true. Correct? Now what is the scope of this if? So the scope of this if is till this bracket. I'll come out of this bracket and I'll take the leap year value and I'll write in if else. So in if, I want to write is leap year. So a if statement work whenever it's true. Whenever it's true, this statement is going to work. When it's false, else is going to work, right? So I'm writing this way. Now, is leap year? Here I'm going to write the statement print ln, not this way, ln. I'm going to take this, and here I'm going to write your what is a leap year. Okay, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it here also. So here is the variable. We have the variable as what? Year is not a leap year. Not a leap year. Okay, how we are understanding this? Because let's suppose this doesn't work. Let's suppose this, this doesn't work. It means what? This whole if is not going to work. So is leap year is false. Now, if leap year is false, it will directly go to the else. It's going to say is not a leap year. If it goes inside this, then that's going to be changed to this. See, we updated the is leap year variable to true. So if it is true, it's going to come out as true, and we know if statement works when it is true. So that time it's going to print it this way. So this is the way we follow to do this code, right? Okay, now let's run our code. Okay, we didn't change the good class name, right? So you need to remember, we need to write good class name. So we're going to write leap year checker. Leap year checker. What I'll do is I'll copy this. Now you can understand we are doing lots of problems. You can create. So right now we are not writing anything in function, right? When we learn about function, that time we can create lots of functions, and that can be called one by one by using the switch statement, whatever you want to use, using of the while loop and all, and whatever the functionality you want to do it, you can get the result accordingly. Maybe in that same code, what is going to be, you can find leap year also, you can find whether that's a vowel or consonant, whether that's mark someone is getting is that or not. Every code can be written in different function in that, right, code. If I run this code, and it is asking me to enter the value, let's suppose we enter the value to be what, let's say 2000. Is 2000 a leap year? Is it divisible by 4? Yes. If it is divisible, not divisible by 100, okay, this is not true, but this is true. But that time is going to work, because or is what, any one of them is true, that's going to work. Okay, let's run this code again. And we're going to write 2100. Okay, is it divisible by, okay, so it's not going to be a leap year. I'm going to give space because 2000 and is coming together. That's why I've given space over here. Okay, so that's going to run our code. This is our whole program. I'll just copy this, paste this here. Now we're going to move to the interesting phase. Hope you have understood. Please let me know in the chat. You can directly write also. That is also true. Suraj written something. You can directly, but I am like, people are here, so many people are new. So I'm not trying to write everything in, together. That's why I have written this if. Okay, that's true. You can write in single line also. Okay. All right. Can you let me know in the chat that you've understood till here? Whatever we have learned till here, have you understood all? Any doubt you have? Anything? No doubt? No doubt? All understood? Okay. 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 All right. Next very interesting thing we see, that is increment, decrement, pre-increment. Do you guys know about that? I plus plus, you might have encountered in for loop, in while loop, I plus plus and all those things, or plus plus I. Lots of people have, few confusions in that, right? Few people get confused that how this is happening, when it is happening, why that is happening, right? When to use, when not to use. That confusion is there. Lots of people faces that, right? So we're going to clear that confusion today. We want to clear that confusion today. And after that, I'm going to give you questions that to solve in the, like in home, as well as I'm going to give the project. So that plus plus one and pre-increment, pre-decrement, post-decrement, everything we're going to clear like water. You can see through the code. That way we're going to learn it. Okay. So that is what we're going to do. Before going with the code, we will understand the theory first. That is what we do. First, we understand the theory. That is, you might have got the, for your understanding how I go forward. First, we understand the theory. Then we see how that can be implemented. Then I write the algorithm, right? Right now, there is nothing there in the algorithm. Say, I'm not writing in the whiteboard every time. Okay. Then we do what? Then we see how we can convert that algorithm to thoughts in the code, because I have to convert that thought into a code, right? So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and remove. Okay, not remove. I have taken above, I guess. Yes, I have taken it here. Okay. Now, very two confusing things is there, that is called as the increment operator. Okay. Assignment. What is assignment operator? Assignment operator is called single equals to is the assignment operator. Don't get confused. This in mathematics, this is we call as equal to, but in programming, this is assignment operator. When we say is equal to, this is double equals to in Java. This is called as equals to. Okay. And not equals to means this is not equals to. Okay. Greater than equals to this. So these are the operators that you can see directly. You can just, go over the internet and search for it and understand this thing. This is not a big deal. Okay. Now, you might have seen some people styling with the code, like they style marte hain code ko leke, right? That x plus equals to 4, this, that, badi baatein, hai na? So what is that actually? That is nothing. So that is equals to x, x equals to x plus 4. What does this actually mean is, this value is assigned to this. We go from right to left, right to left. Assignment is done from right to left. It doesn't mean, you don't say that x is going to get cancelled out, 4 is equals to 0. No, that is not true. This is programming. This is not mathematics. Okay. So here the value of this from the right side is assigned to x. Let's suppose x was initially 5. And if I write x equals to x plus 4, now x will be written this way, and x was 5 initially. So right to left, as I said, 5 plus 4. So 9 is going to give, now x is going to be 9. Now this value is going to be updated to x equals to 9. Got it? This is the, thing that is taken here. Similarly, x minus equals to 5 means what? X minus equals to 5 means what? X is equals to x minus 5. This is there. From right to left is going to be assigned. Got it? Hope you guys have understood what I said. Okay. Now moving forward. Let me, rub this. Okay. Hata usko. Let me rub this. Wait. Okay. Now increment operator. Now x plus equals to 4. That is, can you see this is incrementing 4 in every value of x? Do you guys agree with that, my statement? That it is x plus equals to 4 is it's incrementing 4 in every time that's going to work. Kashyap, I guess yesterday, team shared the link. I don't know. You'll get it today also, maybe. Okay, it will be shared again. You're going to get that. Okay. What I'm asking is right now, can you guys see x plus equals to 4? That is x equals to x plus 4. Is that not increasing by 4 value in the x every time? Whenever that's going to, execute? What do you think? Please, can I know in the chat? Anyone? No? You guys don't know about that? Okay. Okay. Taranjot says yes. Okay. All right. Let me then, you guys don't know. If you don't know, please write in the chat as no. So I'll go forward with that accordingly. Please write in the chat that you don't know. That is no. Or if you know, you can write yes. That will be helpful to move forward with what to take and what not to. Okay. Nimit understand. Okay, all right, let me explain. So what actually there is, you in code you might have, okay, totally confusion in this topic. Okay, let me go ahead with very basic then. Okay, have you guys seen for loop? Have you guys seen any for loop? When we write a for loop, what type what is the syntax we write? In for loop we write what? For, then we write int I equals to 0, then any condition we write I less than equals to n, let's say, and we write I plus plus, and inside this some code are written. This is how it is done. Now there it's written I plus plus. So it is not necessary. Every time I plus plus would be written. It may be written is I equals to I plus 2 also. I equals to I plus 4 also. Okay, that could also be written here. It means it is incrementing the I value by 2. It is incrementing the I value by 4. When I write I plus plus, its simplest form is I equals to I plus 1. It increments the value by 1. Now we are starting. Okay, for loop, while loop, I'll go tomorrow, and we're going to solve those questions also, lots of questions. For loop, while loop, switch statement, we try to cover, because tomorrow we're going to cover lots of things, right? So I've created the base initially, so that I go forward with the question. I created the base. Okay, I'm going to go forward tomorrow in these questions we're going to do. You'll understand more. Today that's why we're understanding this plus plus, so that tomorrow you'll not get any kind of issues. Okay, that's why I'm going to give some questions also to you. You guys solve, so you guys can solve it, and that's going to clear your doubt. Okay, now what you see is, in here I plus plus is similar to I plus 1. What do you say? Can you write in the chat if I plus plus is equals to I plus 1? Can I say that? Okay, Suraj Jha saying no, and lots of people are saying yes. No, I will agree with, I'll give love react to Suraj Kumar Jha. I plus plus is not equals to I plus 1. No, Mansi. That is not. Okay, that is not. I plus plus is similar to I equals to I plus 1. This is reassigning the value to the I again. And I plus 1 means what? Only changing the value in the I. That's it. That's over. Okay, we're going to see, when I write instead of I plus plus, if I write I plus 1, that's going to give wrong result. You can check in your laptop also when you practice. Okay, that is different. Now I plus, generally we do I plus plus because that's how it's going to be moving forward. But in future, when you do programming like reverse a number maybe, that time we can use other increment operators or something, right? Not I plus plus. There we can use division also, plus, not only plus, here can be division also. Here we can increment by 2 also. I plus plus means what? Incrementing the value what was initially by 1. If I value initially was 5, now it's by incremented by 1, it's going to be 6. Now this is called as post increment. Now lots of things there: post increment, pre increment, post decrement, pre decrement. These 4 things are there, right? Now we're going to talk about that post increment. Now, have you guys understood I plus plus means incrementing the value by 1, and that is not equals to I plus 1. It has to be clear with you guys. It has to be clear. See, I plus plus means I equals to I plus 1. It has to reassign the value to the I. Otherwise, it is going to give error, because this definition of I plus plus is I equals to I plus 1. It is similar to x plus equals to 4, or I plus equals to 4 means it is getting incremented. Can you see x equals to x plus 4? It is similar to this only, right? But it is getting incremented by 4. You may use sometime here that way also. Instead of I plus plus, you can write in the for loop I equals to I plus 1. You can write the same that way also. All right. Let's understand one thing. That is, x plus plus and plus plus x. What does this mean? These two, what is the meaning? We'll understand deeply, and we'll try to do code also. If we don't do code, we don't practice, we will not remember what actually that means. Okay, plus plus x plus plus, we'll try to do that. Okay, now plus plus x is called as the prefix. Means whenever plus plus is coming before, that is called as the pre. Okay, plus I plus equals to 1 means what? I equals to I plus 1. Or you can directly write I equals to I plus 1 here. Okay, directly. Once you can do that. Okay. All right. Now, plus plus x is prefix. Means plus plus is used before x. That is called as the pre. That's why prefix. That is called the pre. This is an increment, isn't it? Value is getting increased. That's an increment. When value is going to get decreased, that's going to be a decrement. Okay. Don't get like out of thing. Let me explain, because time is already getting over. I'm going to explain all the things. Please let me cover it, then I'll go forward with your doubt. Okay. So here plus plus x means what? Prefix is going to increase the value. Increment, obviously a value is going to be get incremented, but there is one rule of getting the value getting increased. When we write plus plus x, the value, it's going to increment the value first, and the expression is going to be executed. What I said, see, two things are there. Here, 2-3 things are there. Okay, now one is going to be, okay, let's say operator. Here we can have what? Increment as well as decrement, right? These two things can be that. So increment, and we can have decrement, DEC. Now in increment, what we can have? Prefix, that is written as what? Plus plus x. Postfix, that is written as what? X plus plus. I'm taking x, it can be I any variable. All right, don't say that why you're taking x. Okay, here again, okay, not will say prefix, will say pre-decrement, pre-increment. That will say pre-increment. Pre-increment is going to be what? Plus plus x. Post increment, we'll say what? X plus plus. Similarly, here is going to be pre-decrement. In pre-decrement, minus minus x. And post-decrement, decrement. This is x minus minus. Okay, correct? This is the value we have taken. Now, what I said, what is the meaning of pre-increment or pre-decrement? What I said, whenever there is going to be pre-increment or pre-decrement, that value is going to be incremented or decremented first, then the execution is going to happen. Pre-increment or pre-decrement. How does that work? Pre-decrement. Value of the expression is going to change first, or it's going to what we say, value of the expression is incremented or decremented first. I'll say that way. Okay, let me take that way. Value of the expression is incremented or decremented first, and then uses the new value. What does this mean? We'll understand when you do the code, you'll understand better. Now, post increment and post decrement. What does this mean? Post increment, post decrement. That it's going to first uses the current value that is there for the x variable or something, then it's going to decrement on it. Going to use the current value first, and then going to increment or decrement whatever there, decrement accordingly. This is the theory. Now you will understand this completely when I write the code. Okay, now let's understand this again. Operators, the increment, decrement. Okay, x plus plus means it's going to be increment by 1 only. We are not talking about it's going to increment by 4. So that we already saw that that has to be written x equals to x plus 4. That is going to increment by 4. Or if you want to multiply that, it's going to increment that, very fast. So you can do multiplication and all things you can do. Okay. Now in pre-increment and pre-decrement, when you say pre, that time, it's going to increase or decrease the value first. Then it's going to use the, new value to print it. Okay, that is what it uses. And I'm going to validate this statement by taking the code. I'm going to take the code here and we're going to explain each and everything about that. Okay. So we will try to do one expression we're going to write. We will try to write an expression and we're going to try to see how it is Yes, I'll take one with example. Okay, I'll do this code and I'll close the session for today. Okay, please. Okay, so let's go to the code and try to implement the same thing that I said, and I need to explain that. Okay, all right, all right. Here, increment and decrement. Okay, let's suppose here I want to take one variable, let's say x, and I want to give value as 10. Let's say this is the 10 value it has. Okay, integer type x. Now I want to write what? I want to write a printing statement, that is, let me take the snippet and here write x plus plus. Anyone will give me what is going to be the answer? Anyone, please, in the chat? What is going to be the answer? Suraj is writing 11. Everyone is writing 11. Okay. One guy written, Pranit has written 10. Pranit written 10, Shimpa written 10. Let's run this code and see whose value is correct. See, Shimpa and Pranit is what? They are correct. You didn't saw my what? Statement, what I have written. That was what? X plus plus was post increment. Do you guys agree that was post increment? So what I said, it's going to use the current value. What was the current value? Current value was 10. And then it's going to increment the value. Now, let me, now people will say, वो सब समझ गए भाई, मेरे को ये तो बताओ, that then what is the meaning of x plus plus? मैंने बोला कहीं नहीं गया वो कहीं नहीं गया. ऐसा करो, copy this and paste it here and print the x that we are not printing. Okay, now you see that 11 is stored over there. Can you guys see it? Can you guys see it? You see the definition, guys? That whenever post is going to be there, it's going to use the previous value that is there, current value. What was the current value? Current value was x equals to 10. So that is directly, this is directly printing 10. But it's incremented. After that, we didn't print it, isn't it? After that, when you printed x, that time we can see. If I don't print x, we cannot see that, right? So that is there. Now let's write, I write system. Okay, let me copy this. Let me copy this and paste it. Copy this and paste it. Paste it, paste it. Here what I'll do is, I'll do plus plus x. Here what I'll do is x minus minus. Here what I'll do is minus minus x. So these are the 4 expression is there, isn't it? Now anyone would like to write the solution? What is there? Anyone, please? Anyone wants to write the solution? What is there? What is going to be the solution? What do you say, guys? What are the values is going to be there? Anyone? Anyone? First is going to be 10. Obviously, we saw. Then, okay, 10, 11, 10, 9. 10, 11, 10, 9. 10, 11, 11, 10. 10, 11, 10, 9. 10, 11, 10, 9. Okay, some people gave the answer. Some people gave the answer. Let us see whose solution is correct and we will discuss. Everyone's solution is wrong. Okay, Kashyap did almost correct. Kashyap did almost correct, but he did wrong at the last. Okay, tell me, guys, is it going to print 10? Because this is a post increment. It means it's going to print the value first then it's going to be done. Now, if you want to check, what we'll do is that whether it's incremented or not, paste it and see the value of x. Here it's going to print what? 11, isn't it? Now, new value of x is what? 11. And this is we are encountering is what? This is we encountering as the what? Pre-increment. And pre-increment definition, what we saw? Pre-increment definition, what we saw is that it's going to use the, sorry, am I audible, guys? I got out of the meeting. Am I audible? Please let me know. Okay, okay, okay. We'll just end it in few minutes. Okay. So what we're doing is this x is going to be what I'm saying. What is going to be the x? What is going to be the x? What do you say, guys? Anyone? What is going to be the x here? We converted and x value is going to be 12, isn't it? Now, x minus minus. X minus minus. It means what? It's a what? It's a post decrement. It's a post decrement, not decrement. It's a post decrement. Okay. It's a post decrement. It means what? It means what? Again, we are not using semicolon. It's a post decrement. It means what? See, here 10 value was printed, correct? Now x value was 11. After that, it was incremented, correct? Now, plus plus x means it's going to increment the value, that 11 to 12 that is printed. And x value is also 12 now, right? And this value is called post. It doesn't matter, is it minus minus or plus plus? So it's going to take the current value. What is the current value? Current value is 12. So it's going to print the 12. But it will decrement the value. X is going to be what? It's going to decremented by 1. X value is going to be what? If I want to check, x value is going to be what? 11 here. If x value is 11 here, if x value is 11 here, so from 11, this is the pre-decrement. So 11 to 10, it is going to definitely going to come, because pre-decrement is going to be decremented first, then it's going to be done, right? So see, this is how that is working. If I copy this and paste it here, have you guys understood this part? Let me know. If any part you didn't understood, I'll make you explain again. Please let me know in the chat fast. We are getting over with time. So please let me know in the chat if you have understood or not. Complete understanding or not. Thank you, Shimpa. I'm asking to everyone, please. Yes. That's great. That's great. I really like it. Okay. So as I said, I'm going to give you today problem statement of doing the calculator one. Okay. This is going to be a great journey already. We are learning step by step. See, we are getting only 1.5 hour is getting, so much less time that, it's getting it's time, we are doing time travel and something like that. Okay, so it's getting within, some time it's getting over, right? So hope we meet, get more time to talk and explain good things. Okay, good projects, obviously that projects I show, that is going to take we're going to spend lots of time, and time is going to get over. Only you need time. So you guys are very attentive, so you're joining on morning time if you're living in India. So I really appreciate that. I really appreciate this today, whatever 60 people joined. Okay, so I really appreciate those people. Okay, I'll share this again, this whiteboard. Okay, let me share this whiteboard directly to you. Wait, guys. So for today, we'll end it here, guys. I hope you have understood. Please let me know if I need to talk something that you don't understand. But till these two classes, how much you have understood, please let me know. And accordingly, I'll create more stuff like that. So one question you're going to get in your yes, homework you're going to get. So you guys there in the WhatsApp group, there I'll give you the problem statement. Here I can't give you. Okay, so I'll give you the problem statement, but here I can obviously give these two files. There's two files, day 1 and day 2 files. I'll give it here. Please take it, download it from here.